This Asia expat alert is coming hot off the press because there are flight cancellations happening throughout Asia right now. And Asia is already dealing with potentially the Nipah virus. But these flight cancellations seem like they are not connected to the Nipah virus. They're not connected to weather conditions. But there have been 4,284 flight delays, 95 cancellations at 16 major international airports just within Asia alone. The weird thing is these disruptions are spanning East Asia, Southeast Asia, South Asia, and the Middle East. Now it's due to congestion and operational failure. Maybe there's too many people leaving America and Australia coming into Asia. Maybe there's too many people traveling across Asia right now. But whatever it is, flights are being canceled and delayed at record numbers in real time.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is my first time hearing about this. So I'm going to be listening as you guys should. So make sure you like the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But to me, it seems like Asia is a place where you can go and you can travel easily. Mm-hmm. And this is happening right now. That's so it makes me think about, you really have to be serious about this, your move. We talk to a lot of people about moving. Mm-hmm. And Asia was one of those countries that we will tell people, or continents, I'm sorry, that we will tell people, hey, if you wanted to, you can travel. We know people in Thailand that's retired. We know people in, Thailand that lives there also. But it is a travel hub where it's easy to fly place to place very cheaply. So this is happening. Yeah. This should kind of have you listen a little bit more about the place that you choose where you are going to reside in.
Yes, and how you prepare, because so many expats and people are last minute thinkers. Yeah. And this is a mentality, this is a state of living in a state of mind that you had in America or in wherever you're from, where you're doing things at the last moment. You're trying to process a visa 7 hours before it expires. You're trying to do something 1 day before it expires, and then your flight is delayed. So now you are in the country illegally because you did not prepare. This is why strategy and preparation are key. But I also want to touch on something before I tell you every city that was affected. I want to talk about preparation for expats in the light of a certain health insurance called Safety Wing. See, I was looking at our international policy yesterday for our entire family, because you book your travel policy and then you don't really look at it that close in the details. But man, oh man, Safety Wing's essential health insurance. We pay $289 a month for a family of 7. They actually give us full health coverage, and if we were to, God forbid, pass away and die, they would repatriate our remains, send our family money, and make sure that everything's good. I think that you should get Safety Wing. If you're an expat, you should not be traveling without travel insurance, and you should not be saying, it's too expensive. No, it's not. Because in America, guess what your premiums are? I used to work in healthcare as a teenager, and the nurses would always say our premiums, I'm paying $900 for a family of 4.
Yeah. That's wild. Look, that's a good point, because I was just talking to a client last night about health insurance, because she said, hey, I am kind of like, I do have like diabetics in a way.
She's a diabetic.
So what healthcare should I use? And I was telling her, me and my wife was just going over how awesome Safety Wing is and the things that they do and certain things if anything happens. And yeah, check it out, guys. And this is what we talk about in the Mature Adult Intensive. And look, go ahead, babe.
Yeah, check out the link in the description, because the Mature Adult Intensive, I think the most beautiful thing about it is the curriculum. Because you need curriculum, because you're not going to remember everything. You get on a Zoom call, you talking to the group of people who have traveled all over the world, or maybe they want to travel with you, but you forget. By the time 2 weeks, 4 weeks pass and the sessions are over, the 4 sessions that we have in 4 weeks, then you're like, man, I don't even remember. But that doesn't have to be your problem. because I, as a 9-year marketing specialist and education technology strategist, wrote the curriculum for you. Check out the link in the description. Again, unfortunately, we start in 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because there's only one spot left, so you want to check out that link in the description. But get this, I gotta tell you about these cities, because this is where the system cracked first. If you are in these cities and you were traveling, sorry. If you had to take your flight through these cities and you were traveling, sorry. But again, I do find it odd that they're citing congestion and operational failure like it's not weather. It's not anything with the Nipah virus. I just wonder behind the scenes what's happening. But Shenzhen Bao'an, 598 delays. I believe that's in China. Y'all can come correct me, okay? I don't know my Asia geography the way I know my African geography. Shanghai Pudong, 530 delays. So I know Shanghai is in China for sure. Indira Gandhi, Delhi. I know that's in India, 478 delays. Singapore, Changi, 388 delays. Of course, I'm guessing that's in Singapore. Bangkok, now this is obviously in Thailand. Suvarnabhumi, 348 delays. And then the highest cancellations, Jakarta Soekarno-Hatta, India, 20 cancellations. Istanbul, Turkey, oh my, 15 cancellations. Tehran, which is obviously in Iran, 8 cancellations. The airlines that were most impacted, get this, Shenzhen Airlines, China Eastern, Indigo, and other regional low-cost carriers.
Yeah, that's interesting. It makes me think about what is happening around that region, because we know with the
Iran.
U.S. and Iran, the last week or so, it's just been heating up. So is something about to happen, or they're talking about operation and a lot of people there, but it just kind of doesn't add up. So this is why we say you have to go to the right regions. You have to go to the right continent. You got to understand how to travel. That is very, very important, especially when war and rumors of wars are happening.
Yeah, for sure, because traveling is an art and a science. Don't let nobody fool you. There is an art and a science and steps that you take if you want to be successful in your travels. Now, we just received a message from our group in the state of the diaspora. Somebody said, guess what? I just got my approval in principle, meaning they're approved for a 10-year permit. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But I wasn't shocked because we do have the recipes and the strategy to help people like you get a 10-year permit. Even if, some people don't believe 10-year permits exist. They're like, it's too good to be true. But there's people out here and that are coming out here and that are traveling to these regions with 10-year visas, which you may want to look at our last video, because Qatar just did a 10-year visa as well, 10-year residency, not work and residency. Understand every country is different.
I was just talking to
every
a
country
client last night about that. Like certain countries, you have to get a work permit before you get a residency, which Tanzania,
Kenya, this is very popular on the African continent, but not all of them act like that.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not all the same. They're all vastly different, actually, with vastly different modes of doing things. In fact, we were also talking today about how a lot of times in Western society and cultures that have been hyper-colonized, they want you to have a lawyer and an agent when you go into these agencies and these immigration firms. But the country we're in is the exact opposite. They actually say you're only allowed to process your paperwork by yourself. It's actually due to transparency. They're like, we don't want you getting a lawyer or an agent.
Yeah.
The actual public police sent a letter to the public because foreigners always think, I need a lawyer. But y'all know, if you've dealt with lawyers can be some of the most corrupt people that exist, okay? And this country understands that. They're like, no, let's just be transparent. So there are countries out there, like also a Qatar, like also a Thailand, where it's like, just put transparency into the system. Just fill in your own paperwork. You don't need an agent. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need any of that stuff. What you need is the ability to read, comprehend, and if you feel exhausted, we understand. That's why you can visit www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com/services, because our coaching program helps you to be in the right mind, because it can be overwhelming. You have to get this passport picture, get this birth certificate, get this marriage certificate, do that, do this, and then you just want to vent about it. You're like, oh, okay, I did this, did I do that? Just visit www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com/services.
Yeah, and with you saying that, that does come with like a lot of things that you have to understand when it comes to megabytes and gigabytes. If you are uploading certain documents, it might be a little bit bigger, and
technology.
The site don't accept a certain a certain size. So you gotta drop the size and understand how to do that. So trust me, like, it is something that you will have to have a little bit of assistance with if you don't know what's going on. So, talk to the right people. Like my wife said, visit our website and see what fits for you. Check the links in the description, because look, one more slot left for the mature adult intensive, and we begin in today's
3 days?
Thursday.
Today's Thursday, about 3 days.
Yeah,
Friday,
3.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
No, it's Sunday.
It's Monday, the
Sunday.
8th.
Sunday. But yes, visit the links in the description, because we just got a couple more days left, and these are the things that we go over, the details that people really don't think about until it pops up right in their face.
Yes. Now, that is it for this video. Asia is on alert. Iran is on alert. And in the next video, so you should subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. This is bad news. We're going to tell you about the cities in America that could be potential targets. This is why we say, flee America, run for your life. Shalom, shalom. We'll see you in the next video.
Shalom, family.